This episode is brought to you by Skinny Pop Popcorn. Perfectly popped, endlessly delicious. Oh, so light and crunchy. Skinny Pop Original Popcorn is the snack you've been searching for. Made with just 3 simple ingredients: popcorn kernels, sunflower oil, and salt. Snacking never felt or tasted so good. Perfectly popped, endlessly delicious. Give yourself permission to snack and pick up Skinny Pop Original Popcorn today.
¿Hablas español?
Sprichst du Deutsch?
Kan du norsk?
If you've had that sound from Babbel before, I bet you do. Babbel is the science-backed language learning app that actually works. With quick 10-minute lessons handcrafted by over 200 language experts, Babbel gets you on your way to speaking a new language in just a few weeks. With over 16 million subscriptions sold and a 20-day money-back guarantee, just start speaking another language with Babbel. Right now, up to 55% off your Babbel subscription at babbel.com/Spotify podcast. Spelled BABBEL.com/Spotify podcast. Rules and restrictions may apply.
And now, listen to this on the Toddcast podcast.
Fight fans know that it's the UFC and Bellator MMA at the top. And if you're a fighter, it's the pinnacle. It's where you want to fight. Bellator MMA specifically formed in 2008. At the time, the UFC was, without question, the big dog on the block. By late 2011, Viacom bought a majority stake in Bellator and started putting on fights on Spike TV. They've been side by side with the UFC along the years, upping their game to compete. And you can place much of their success on their former president, Scott Coker, the man helping put together great fight cards. And when Bellator was sold this year to PFL, Scott didn't transition over with the new ownership, and he resigned as CEO. But when Scott was a guest, we had him answer an impossible question. Who are the best fighters of all time, pound for pound? Listen to this.
That's a good one. I mean, if you think about the greatest of all time, I think that Fedor Emelianenko is the guy that comes to my mind.
Yeah.
And the reason why I say that is, I'm sure you know, Pride, back in the heyday when Fedor was on that winning streak, they had the best fighters in the world. And they were the biggest league in the world at that time. And that's why they got bought. So for him to go on an undefeated winning streak, beat all those killers that he's fought, I think that he deserves to have that legendary status of greatest of all time. Pound for pound today? Whew, I don't know, man. That's a tough one. I mean, I think that, you got to put Conor's name in there because of his victories. But I think that, I think that when I think about our guys here, I mean, I think we're one of the most underrated, I think this guy would beat anybody in the 170-pound weight class in any league.
Right.
And that's Douglas Lima. Pound for pound's a tough one.
It is
that's a tough one to gauge, but
yeah.
The greatest of all time, in my opinion, is Fedor.
Listen to this on the Toddcast podcast is brought to you by Tedco RV Supplies in Langley, an ICBC-approved repair shop. Visit them on Facebook and Twitter at Tedco RV Supplies.
Listening to a podcast should be time well spent, and I promise it will be if you'll give this podcast a try. It's called Something You Should Know. I'm the host, Mike Carruthers, and in every episode, I talk with leading experts on topics I know you will find fascinating. From why people can't keep secrets, what your favorite music says about you, why your pet acts in strange ways, and so much more. Something You Should Know is designed to give you information you can use in your life and give you great intel that you can share with others. I'm told it's a binge-worthy podcast, and with over 1,000 episodes, there's a lot to binge on. Something You Should Know has been ranked in the top of the Apple Podcast charts consistently for a long time. I know you're going to like this. I just need to get you to try it. Something You Should Know. It's available wherever you listen to podcasts.
Hi, this is Rob Benedict.
And I am Richard Spate. We were both on a little show you might know called Supernatural.
It had a pretty good run, 15 seasons, 327 episodes.
And though we have seen, of course, every episode many times, we figured, hey, now that we're wrapped, let's watch it all again.
And we can't do that alone, so we're inviting the cast and crew that made the show along for the ride. We've got writers, producers, composers, directors, and we'll of course have some actors on as well, including some certain guys that played some certain pretty iconic brothers.
It was kind of a little bit of a left field choice in the best way possible.
The note from Kripke was, he's great, we love him, but we're looking for like a really intelligent Duchovny type.
With 15 seasons to explore, it's going to be the road trip of several lifetimes. So please join us and subscribe to Supernatural Then and Now.
Hi, I'm Laura Cathcart-Robbins, and I am the host and creator of the podcast Only One in the Room. Every week, my co-host Scott Slaughter and I invite you to join us and lose yourself in someone's incredible Only One story. We talk to real people dealing with issues like infertility, the death of a loved one, human trafficking, and women who, fake it. Oh, and we want to be fair, so we talk to celebrities too. Emmy winners like actor John Cryer, supermodels like Amber Valletta, and rock stars like Ryan Dusick. Everyone is invited to share their Only One story with our listeners. With 21 seasons and counting, we guarantee you that Only One in the Room has a story that you'll connect with. This podcast is for anyone who has ever felt alone in a room full of people, which is to say that this podcast is for everyone. Download Only One in the Room on Apple or Spotify today.